And howdy, y'all. And here we are with the newly minted Captain Random.
Do I have to respond to that? I'm supposed to be really stiff and dull right now.
Well, the only thing you're missing now is the little corn pipe. And I'll call you MacArthur.
You try to be serious.
Well, we always knew he was certifiable, but no, this week he went and proved that he is. And
you try to be serious with some people.
Yeah.
And they make an absolute joke out of things. I mean, this is some serious business.
Yeah, it's some serious business, all right.
I thought much higher of you, Kai.
Did you know?
Yes.
What did I tell you about going around thinking?
All I know is at the party store, I was told that I can't return it. And then I looked right at her and I'm like, why would I want to do that? Okay, the problem with this getup is I can't see anything. So you can't have crappy sunglasses. Of course, these are high dollar aviators. But they don't have corrective lenses.
Was that what, 99 cents at Dollar Tree?
No, they were like, I wish they were 99 cents. The Dollar Tree isn't open yet. The Plywood Alamo doesn't open until March.
So, he's got to wait for Chinese New Year to be over so he gets inventory.
Now we do have some airmail today. Airmail, skinny box.
Airmail. I see priority mail.
It's always really good when you have airmail and skinny box. I have no idea what's in here.
Bullshit.
Oh, yes. So much fun I'm going to have right there. All right. So, yeah.
Hey, well, we're going to say hello to a couple people now. Dan Zilch, Sunrise Water Media, Eat More Possum.
Do they think different of me now? Do I have a larger?
They don't like you anymore.
Do I get more respect now?
You need a corn pipe to go with that outfit.
I'm going to share this with Steve. Come on, Steve. He said thank you. All right. Now, we were making a joke about this getup because if you see it from a distance, the Eagle, this looks like I should be running Stalag 13. I'm dressed up like Colonel Klink because now this would be more like Colonel Klink right here. You got to do this. All right.
Yeah, I see the resemblance.
Steve was
you related?
Wilhelm Klink.
And here comes Dan with the quote of the day. I see nothing.
There we go. Now I look like a smart European pilot. Hey, come. Hey. Uh-oh.
Well, now looky what the kid, Mr. Chris Hope. Hello.
UPS is right on time. Now, Chris Hope, hey, how you doing? Here, I can see everybody now here.
And we got Washington County News Station, Utah. Hello.
Let's see. Schultz. Now, Schultz is the
I know
Show
nothing.
everyone that wears the other helmet. Hogan. Goodbye sound
All
sucks.
right. What sound sucks? Wait.
I don't know. Guys, give us some feedback. I don't think the sound sucks. Russell Glarum. Goodbye. Barney Fife is a strict deputy. That was what Sunrise said. We do have there is a point to that whole picture. So we're going to definitely get into that. I wish that what I should have done is had the Barney Fife hat was like $8. So, but it is Friday, and we have a crap load of stuff going on once again. The only thing that's not going on is GPS. GPS is kind of on hold. Nobody wants to stick their foot in the water when they don't understand what direction the current's going to go. So, companies are just holding off. They're getting government contracts. They're playing the government game because what they can do is, supplement and keep their company afloat with research money and wait to see what direction the consumer market's going to go. But yes,
Seems like everyone's just trying to go. All the manufacturers going toward the government contracts rather than the personal application.
Right, and then they can get research money, and they can develop whatever platform they're trying to develop. They can push it forward. They can work on the new tech, like different types of sensors, because we pretty much mastered the drone itself. There's really not a lot of places it needs to go. It flies far, it flies high, it flies long. And now we basically are looking for it to carry payload. So what is it going to carry, and then what level of airspace? That's kind of one of the things that we wanted to get into was FAA airspace dedications and some things that have been talked about other than just a remote ID, which is also another insane concept when you look at it put into practice by some of the resources that we basically looked at. One was, and you shared that with me, is at Virginia Tech, and they basically put their remote ID on steroids. So it's about I call it the worst case scenario. So I call it remote ID worst case scenario.
What they're doing is going to be their justification for network requirement for remote ID.
Well,
they're on the worst case scenarios to make sure that they have justification to implement network requirement.
Yeah. All I've learned about where the federal government's going in the last couple of months with all the craziness that's gone on is that they don't know where they're going. And manufacturers, since they don't know, the government doesn't know where they're going to go, manufacturers are basically hesitant to put a lot of money into research, which is what they need to do, because what are you going to do? Build another C-Fly dream, there's really no place left to go with the GPS platform, pretty much. So, I'm going to as a pilot or as a hobbyist, I'm going to move on to something that's fun. So there. What kind of fun can we get?
And the other thing we were referring to was this last minute amendment addition that was talked about last night by Vic Moss.
And what was that?
The Drone Federalism Act.
Drone federalism. Oh my gosh. How does that play in tie into
Where they
Barney
want to
Fife?
turn over the control to 200 foot to the states, meaning every state would come up with their own regulations. Every city, county come up with some on top of that. It'd be a flipping nightmare for us.
So Barney Fife is going to be in charge of the drone space?
Basically.
Oh boy. And that's where we got into the 200 feet rule, the 200 foot rule. And they were, and Kai was led me on to that the 200 foot and below level would be a local matter. And then I'm like, well, what about 107? What do? You have to go through Barney Fife to get up to 200 feet. And then once you get past Barney Fife, you can go higher. That to me is getting into the realm of insanity. It's so simple now. It's just so simple.
Which manufacturer is going to want to produce anything at this point with all this uncertainty?
Well, I can tell you right now, as far as hobbyists and licensed drone operators, I think even the FAA is even confused, and I could tell by the test questions that were being thrown at me, which are the questions now that tend to be less logic-based questions. They're not information-based questions. They're questions based upon theoretical ideas. and the worst test you could ever take in this world is one that's not based on facts, but based on theory and theology and and how groups function. And I'm just telling you, it's ridiculous. And you can't prepare for a theory, but you can prepare for facts. So,
and Woody Drone from the UK is joining us. Howdy.
Hey. I got to get caught up on the chat. But it's nice to see everybody here. I think I'm a little slow today. A long week. I've had a lot of stuff going on. I had to sit and fight with somebody. I had to fight with somebody. I've been fighting on eBay with somebody. Some freaking absolute moron. And it really can drag you and wear you down quite physically. So there's been, I've been working, I've been studying, I've been doing all kinds of stuff, and it's kind of, it's been a long, dragged out week. At least the weather's nice here. Holy crap! Super Bowl weekend's going to be awesome here. I'm going to spend Super Bowl Sunday right here. I'm going to sit right there and enjoy it until about till about halftime. No. When it'll be about 45 degrees out here.
Yeah, I don't know. Here, the temperature's supposed to drop like a rock end of next week.
Oh, really? Let's see here. I'm just looking back.
If that drone federalism thing goes through, we're all going to be in a situation like that dude in Louisiana that flew his Matrix. What was it? The Matrice, whatever he was flying over the deputy's backyard and get banned from drones for life.
Oh. So let's see. The buyers are holding off too. Yeah. Let's see. Is it really 60 degrees? Yeah, it's let's see. It's 61, Dan. It's exactly 61 degrees right now. Yeah, it's nice. I'm in the shade though. I wish I was kind of sitting back a little bit. It's not cold or anything like that. It's just, it would be really nice to have a little bit of being a little bit close where the radiation is hitting the the concrete and warming up the floor a little bit, bouncing some of that heat around. But I'm not complaining. Everywhere in the country, we're getting, we got snow probably going on somewhere in the Northeast, and California, they're just locked down, sitting in their houses. They can't do crap. So it doesn't matter what the weather is there. Same thing.
Oh, Europe is locked down and sitting in their house. What are you talking about?
I can't relax while Barney is watching me. I like Barney when he's cleaning his gun. The one bullet falls out. Because that's all that Andy Taylor gives him is one bullet.
Well, Barney don't need a weapon. He is the weapon.
Woody was saying anything heavier than 250 needs A2 CFC test in the UK. I even though I can fly heavier quads, I'm still very much interested in lightweight. If you did see that the last video, I do want to talk a little bit about the Nebula Pro camera too. If we have a chance, because somebody brought up actually a fact about it in a comment in that video that I put out, where I was, I had replaced the camera lens. So we'll get back to that. But the sub 250. I mean, Kai, now how has your experience been with the Nano that you've been flying? You're flying that 80, 85. Yeah, what is it?
That's a Beta FPV 85X.
Yeah, the Beta FPV 85. Now that'd be fun.
It runs a naked Vista in it.
Yeah, so that has a naked Vista on it, right? Stripped down.
Yeah.
I didn't, until you said that, I did not know that they were stripping down the Vista like that, which makes total sense. I figured that all the parts that they put on them were there for a reason, and I guess they were, because DJI knows that quads get bumped around and smashed around, and of course those plates on the top and the bottom of the flight controller and VTX are basically protection.
Yeah, and there's two schools of thought on the plates. One is they added the plates to protect the circuit boards.
Yeah. But
then they trapped so much heat in them that they ended up putting the heat goop in it, or heat sink goop in it, to try to get the heat out of it. And then the other train of thought is they were originally intended as heat sink.
Yeah.
Now, SharkBite does without a heat sink, but I mean, we're not comparing apples to apples here, so.
Right. Yeah, I still think that for the everyday drone flyer, I think if you like the hobby, if you want to stay in the hobby, you're gonna have to move past GPS, because the GPS hobby is moving so slow and it's really going nowhere. And the FPV hobby, which is quite literally, you put your time in, so much more interesting. I mean, you got way more things that you can do, and occupy your mind and get your flying experience that you want, because you're into drones for the flying experience. You want to capture something from the air, and what FPV does, it gives you that experience, in a more real way, or I guess a more deeper way. So, and if you want to stay in the hobby, and you're going to wait around for the next plastic version of the Me drone or whatever the heck it is, that's slightly different than the one previous to it, because the toy drone manufacturers are not changing anything. All they're doing is taking all the stuff that the FPV hobbyists are doing and learning, and they're just taking all the research that they're doing, like battery research and weight research and frame research and, you know, all those things, prop research, and they're just applying it to a cheap, you know, a cheap version of it. And then they're sticking a GPS on it and not letting you do anything. And then now they're going to have to fight with the 250 gram issue. So it's, I think if you really want to stay in the hobby and you really like flying, you need to get your feet wet in the FPV hobby. Even if DJI comes out with another quad in the FPV style, the reason why they're doing that is because they want to give you the FPV experience, but they're dumbing it down for you. And that's, and you know, and I don't, anybody that's already flying drones would eventually get to understand how to fly a quad without a zero throttle, you know, so, or a spring loaded throttle. It just takes time. It just takes a little bit of time, and then you just got to practice. And as you practice and take the time, and I think Bardwell brought up one of his videos just recently talked about that. You know, he says get 3 quads that are exactly the same. And it doesn't have to be big ones. They don't have to be big, giant things. They can be like the one that Kai just showed you. Okay, I mean, you get the same immersive experience. You can fly around your house, and the odds of breaking it are so much lower. And then you just get a couple of those, and you just practice, and then you find out that the GPS stuff, all it does is it just holds you back. You're just like, well, you get on a GPS drone, and you're like, all right, I can't do that. And you want to go down, and it's like, with an FPV drone, you want to go down, you go, you know, you just freaking point the nose down. Yeah, so, hey, Joe Blaylock, how you doing?
You know all about pointing down the nose and the consequences of it. Ben T is in the house.
Where's Ben T in the house? We were talking about the drone federalism idea, and you know, Kai just shared with us the fact that they just tabled that idea, but it seems like when they table something, they always come back to it.
Well, this is not the first time this thing came up. This goes back to 2017 when it first was introduced.
Did you get a Sean Oz Insta360-1X? That Insta360-1X is still expensive for you know, but if you're thinking about getting an Insta360 camera, you have to know that there's been 0 improvements of it. They've messed a little around with the software, but it's the same exact camera in both the 360-1R, the 360-1X, and the 360-1X2. They're all the same camera. There's no difference in any of the 3, just a little software change.
There's some controversy coming up now with the software on the Insta 360 as a Mo 4K camera.
Yeah.
As apparently they used some public code.
Oh.
And didn't quite give credit for it. So there's a little trouble in paradise on that part of it.
Oh wow, they might have get a hefty fine. The Chinese government will just have to hide that. They'll figure a way. It's got
GPL code.
Yeah,
General Public License Code.
Yep. So you're right. If you know, the Chinese play by a different deck of cards. But they still have to use the U.S. market.
My understanding is legally they're in the clear. It's just ethically it's a problem.
Because it's public code, right? but they're using the public code for commercial reasons.
Which apparently is fine too, but if they do, they have to recognize or give credit or something, and that's not
Especially the
they're
YouTube influencers. I've actually been carrying carrying my 360 camera around. I haven't used it yet, but I keep it in my car now. I'm intending on using it. I got a couple of projects I was thinking about doing. It says, well, they're using LGPL, okay, for just the libraries. But yeah, I like that. I like the technology. I really do, and it's a lot of fun. And you know, one thing that's cool about cameras is, if I do go somewhere with a camera, I've got a couple choices. One, you know, it's like Barney Fife pulling out his iPhone. You know, you always got a camera there. But my serious camera is my my Pocket 2. That camera is just spot on all the time. And then when I want to do fun things, I get the action camera out, put the double lens on, I get the 360 lens on, and I just run around with that thing. And then you don't have to point it; you just carry it. So if you're in an area, kind of immersive area that you really don't know what you want to shoot, you just bring that camera. And it'll get the stuff you want. You just got to make sure you keep the lenses focused on the areas you think it says. So you basically got 180 degrees, a little bit inside of that if you don't want to get the stitch line in. So you get this huge panorama that you can basically use the whole thing of. And, you know, just make sure it's kind of the right direction and you're golden. I'm actually thinking about doing a reboot of a video that I did before in the Anasazi petroglyphs with that, because I got the better version of the camera. Plus it's sunny now and it's nice. I want to get a nice day. The last couple times I was through there, it was kind of cloudy. So I didn't get what that camera was really good at, which is picking up really good images with a good lighted area. So it's, you know, lighting is really important. Plus there's another petroglyph that's that way, which is down in a hole. You have to climb down into it. That would be a fun 360 camera shot too. So it'd be cool to fly a drone out of it and then get a 360 camera. So there's a lot of really neat things to do. So, all right, man. Let's see. My wife's name is Linux Kernel, source of some driver.
It's in the Linux kernel source. So she immortalized herself in the kernel source on the drivers that you wrote. Yeah, well, why not? I mean, if she wrote it, then definitely, yeah.
I think we had to find out what's in the box.
You want to show everybody what you got in the box?
I want to see what's in the box. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't opened it yet. Just Ben, here. Let me go grab.
Are you sure you want to open it? And not that it's the order from the adult toy store.
Yeah, that's what I got this for, from the adult toy store. Here, I gotta go put on my. I gotta fly. I'll be right back.
What the heck is he doing now? Anywho, so yeah, I'll be doing a review on this little booger, this 85X, and then I'll be installing the pusher kit on it, which basically is going to reverse the props from the upright to the upside down. So it's just going to have the camera on top. That conversion kit is actually very, very cheap to have. It was like $14 on Amazon. So I don't think he's double checking what's in the box. He's breaking out the toys.
Oh man, I had to fly. Here, I had to go grab a couple things in case we have to do a comparison. I grabbed the the big battery, the Lion. This thing is a really heavy battery. Holy crap, man! It surprised me. You can feel the weight of this thing when you're flying it. You literally, I mean, when it's like, I put the battery on, strap it on my quad, and literally my back hunches over. I'm like, oh, that's heavy. And you try to take off. You just, you got to give it just a little more throttle to get it to punch. But this is a cool battery though. This freaking battery. I flew twice the other day. So I took the Explorer. I flew it one time, filmed it, landed. Then I took off again with the same battery and flew again. Tell me how many times you've done that with your freaking FPV quad. I mean, that's the cool thing about these batteries. I mean, I've never done that where I got 2 back-to-back 7-minute flights. I mean, I literally got bored. I had to go take my Insta. Obviously, I'll talk about that lens in a minute, but I had to reset my camera. And you only get 5 minutes of flight of camera time. So anyway.
Well, that's why you put that SMO 4K on that.
Huh?
That's why you put that SMO 4K on that. So you got the.
Yeah, I'm blown away. I'm blown away by this battery. I got to make like 3 of them. I mean, I kid you not. I would just fly with these. I would like the 3S version of this, the 3-cell version, just to try it, just to drop the weight down a little bit. But really impressed with this. So impressed. And
so
you can see
Chris is asking,
fixed arms.
Okay, Chris is asking real quick. Sunrise is asking, what's the advantage of the pusher quad? Well, if you look under this thing, you see all these obstructions underneath the props. When you turn it into a pusher, you don't have any obstructions under the props. Makes the props more efficient.
I would like to fly the pusher. Is it the pusher? No. If you have the pusher, then the battery's got to be on the top. Yeah, so you can't do that. Because I've noticed that all the tiny whoop flyers, they like to have the battery low. Obviously, for stability reasons, it makes sense because you're pulling up the battery and you're using your air cushion that way, as opposed to trying to keep it in balance all the time. All right, let's go. Let's check this out. Okay. All right. Now you're not supposed to do this on a commercial airline. You're not supposed to have one of these on a commercial airliner. So I had to sneak this aboard the no-fly zone. Okay. All right. So let's check this thing out. Let's see what's in there.
You're on an airline in a no-fly zone. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, what the heck? Guys, it's not supposed to make sense.
We're going to have to rename you from Captain Random to Captain Obvious now.
Captain. That's what I feel like is Captain Obvious. All right. So I'm really impressed. This is from Pyrodrone. It better be Pyrodrone. That would be really. Whoa! Wait a second. This is Valentine's Day. That would have been a fun. Oh man, I screwed up my joke. That would have been a fun one. Oh, here's a packet from Pyrodrone. These are pretty. Let's see what's up. We will find out. Ooh, sticky box. Oh, what else? Did they give me anything fun in there? Come on, Pyrodrone, give me something. Give me something fun. There it is. So that's it. So this thing here,
Roma L3.
the L3. Guys, I'm going from tiny to tinier. So kind of like, so I want to do some size comparisons. Of course, there's the rocket right there. This is Old Faithful. Guys, you can literally beat the living snot out of this thing. This is the longest lasting quad. I've had this longer than anything I've got flying. I've owned this longer than my Mavic Minis. So that thing is just, it's never going to break. It'll always be fun. And then if it does break, we'll just fix it. We'll just put it. we're going to get to the subject in a second, but we were talking about, moving towards, away from GPS to something like this. And the huge advantage you have is this: it's open source. And the huge thing about open source is if I break something, I can fix it. And I don't have to do any kind of changes in the software. I literally can plug and play everything on here. And I break an arm, it costs me $3. I lose a motor, it costs me $15 to $20. I lose a camera lens, it costs me $8. But if I drop my freaking Mavic Mini in the drink, it costs me $300. And you're saying, well, you could just have DJI Care. Oh yeah, then you got to pay for that, right? But I'm just saying this, everything is replaceable, user replaceable. And all right, let's check out and see what this looks like. It's moving around a lot. It's not like when Flywoo sends their stuff, they shrink wrap it all. But this is Diatone. Yeah, Diatone is a budget company. They do actually have a lower price point than other companies. These are usually in stock in places like Diatone. I think, Pyrodrone, and Pyrodrone is in California. So these guys are like next door to me, and I can get things in just a couple of days. This, with regular shipping, it took me 5 days to get there. 4 days. 4 days they had this here. So here we go. Let's see what's in. Let's see what's in the box.
Of course, you have to be able to open the box.
My Lord, what the frick, man? Come on here. I'm weak.
It's random proof.
All right. Oh, it broke loose of its harness. Oh no. They actually had it harnessed down, and it broke loose. Look at that. There's you see that little harness in there? So it must have been, this must be a bucking bronco, because it was wanting to jump out of the box. Or somebody returned it and they're just sending, no, it was in the wrapper. So there it is right there. Oh, all right. And what did we compare this to?
Probably the Flywoo.
Okay, we've got the Flywoo frame. So look at the length of the frame.
Wow,
the Diatone's longer. Okay, now this doesn't have a GPS, and we're thinking about throwing a GPS on here. But look at how short the Flywoo is. This one has an aluminum front.
Yeah, you need that.
There's the camera. There. No, it has the white. This has the white Caddx Nebula Pro. Look at the little motors on this thing, man. Look at them little freaking hot rods. Look at that thing. Freaking hot rod motors on there.
Those are the 1206s, right?
1206, yep.
3000?
Tonka, yep. 3000 kV. But look at that. These are so much fun to look at. Now this looks like you could put a GPS on it. Look at that. It looks like you see how it's kind of angled already? That's probably for the putting on the Crossfire receiver. But you could easily stick a GPS on there right there. Bam. Oh, dude, I am so stoked to fly this thing. But this is a 3-inch, and here's my 2.
Your name's just been settled on, Captain Random. You just got renamed to Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch. But there's a 2-inch.
The noise it was making when the front of that Flywoo hit the pavement.
So 2-inch. This one I converted this to a 2.3 inch. This one's going to be a full 3-inch. So pretty cool. Now I think this has.
Does that mean you're going to quit calling the rocket a 3-inch now? Please.
Look at these. They gave you the freaking TPU mounts, and that's a full-on freaking mount for a freaking full-size camera. There's no way I'm going to stick There's no damn way I'm gonna put my freaking Insta 360R on that thing. Freaking, it's gonna be like that. Oh, that is so much fun. The camera's all whacked out, man. But I like how look at Kai, how it's easy to get in there. Look at how much space they've got in there where you can get the stuff. It's sideways. I gotta move it, but look at that. You can work right in there, man. You can get right down inside that sucker and freaking. I mean, that's like an old Ford with a V8, man. You could just like dive inside of the freaking inside the front of the car and just like fit your whole body in there. It's a lot of space. There's the receiver connection. This does not have an Instago connection on it. So that would have to be, I would probably connect it. You were saying we connect it to the battery balance lead. Do an Instago connection for the balance lead.
Yep.
Yeah, very, very excited. So there's your harness, wire harness.
Well, how about that? Metro Drones in the house. Welcome.
Drone. So here is a 1000 4S. 1000 mAh 4S. Long range is a 60C. And then this is what it looks like next to the freaking monster pack. Freaking A. I don't know if it'd be safe to fly with the monster pack. But
now that little extra connection that you got on the side there is not for the Instago. That is for if you want to put a receiver on.
Yeah, it's a receiver. Yeah. I said it didn't have an Instago connection. Yeah. And they got the power. They got the power lead out the side. I like that. I've learned to understand why the power lead. It's nice to have it out here, and not dangling in the back. And then you basically want to tie it up right like that. Put a zip tie on there right into the standoff, like you were saying there, Kai.
Yep. And
tie it off. Very cool. That is going to be fun. Now, I think I have some extra 3-inch props. These are the props it came with, and I bought some 3-inch props for the rocket to try to see if I could get them on there. But I still have those, so I could actually throw the 3-inch props on there. And there's the ties. Look at all the cool. They got the straps and stuff. These guys set you up pretty good.
Yep.
So very nice. Very cool.
I think I'm going to be ordering that frame.
Oh yeah, that's a good. I think I'll take a picture of the frame, but that's a nice looking frame there. And because the arms are a little shorter, they're a little more stout. And then there's the. Now let's see. Oh yeah, here are the other leads right there in the.
Yeah.
For the Mamba system. For the receiver connectors.
Yeah, that's the Vista cables.
And there's the yellow props that they sent. So very nice. Nice big booklet. Yeah, these little quad companies are getting so good. And you can get into this for under $300. They're just under $300. And you're gonna have more fun than you ever wanted to have. I mean, this is a ripper. This is a screamer, ripper, destroy the park drone. Scare grandma, but also when you let her hold it and she's like, "Oh, that's cute," you can rip around the park and then not scare not scare the crap out of people. I mean, the whole point of small quads is the advantage you have at not intimidating people with with this monster, finger chopper. But very fun. Yeah, I think you could. I think you could easily put a 2-bladed prop on there. You go 2-blade, drop the C rating on your battery, you make it in the long range.
Well, I'll be building it. I actually going to be building it as a 6S.
Yeah, with the now, what size
Put
motors are you thinking about?
2450 motors on it.
Which one?
There's a 2450 kV version on that motor.
Is it a pancake style? Is it
Yeah,
shorter?
it's the same motor. It's a 1206,
Okay.
but it's 2450 kV, and it's for 6S. I've got an iFlight stack, F7 iFlight stack laying here.
Yeah, you can see they saved money. They put regular ties on as opposed to putting gaffer tape. I didn't look to see if they gave me extra screws. I hope they did, because you never ever.
All the other reviews I've seen of it, there's a whole boatload of extra screws.
Yeah, I have to look. But yeah, I'd say for sure, I definitely want to try to GPS this thing. Why not?
Does it come with braces between the arms?
No. There, if you look at the distance between the arms compared to the 4-inch, they're much more stout and short.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I fell in love with this when I first saw it.
Of course, now the big question is, how much does it weigh?
I don't have my scale out here. I'll run up and grab my scale, and I'll bring it out. They'd be kind of nice for people to know, but I'll give you some battery comparisons in just a second, because I think it would be nice to know what those numbers are. I know this isn't going to work. This is going to be overweight for sure. This is not. I believe a 700. Here, I'm gonna go I'll put a 700 on it. I don't have an 850, but this is a so I have a 400.
Oh,
700. Yeah, these are high voltage. So this is a 4S high voltage, and then I have some 700 regular LiPo. So let me go grab my scale just to see where we're at there. But that's pretty fun. Hold on, I'll be right back.
All right, and while he's gone, let's have a drawing for a giveaway. Let me give us his new quad away. How's that? Anyhow, what else do we have in the news? So that new T-Lite controller's out. If you haven't seen that yet, I'm not going to get it. It's just a single battery in it. It's not going to do nothing. Besides, I'm already running the X-Lite, so, and it has 2 batteries in it, and I've got everything set up I need to. And there was some question about the Flippy Floppy BERT that Callie has and going to give away on his stream tonight. That thing is actually a lot of fun to fly. I don't know if you've seen his review. The Tango 2, I had the Tango 2, and I actually got rid of it because of its small little display on it. I mean, if I had the chance to program it, through a computer where you can actually see what you're doing, I probably would have kept it, but I just went for the FrSky. The other thing that the FrSky has is 2 additional sliders. And I want to have a pan and tilt camera on my glider. So I needed those extra controls.
All right, here we go.
The Flippy Floppy BERT, the Go-Go BERT, whatever that thing was called.
The Goody Bird?
No, we're not talking about your misguided purchases.
Yeah, okay.
No, we're talking about the Go-Go BERT that Kelly had.
126 grams without props.
Have been. I give you that. It fits the hands nicely. But again, the
130
extra
grams.
2 sliders on the FrSky sold me on that. So on I don't know if any of y'all do simulators, but Curry Kitten updated his simulator, and now you can have weather effects. So you just start the simulator as normal, and you hit the W key on your keyboard, and you get into the weather menu, and you can actually fly in a full-blown thunderstorm. So that is actually a thunderstorm, snowstorm, rainstorms. I mean, you can set sunrise and sunset. It has a full-on blizzard in there. The only thing it doesn't do yet is the wind effects. Right now are purely cosmetic. They don't affect the flight of the quads yet. Yeah, that's a PC. Look him up. He's here on YouTube, Curry Kitten. Well, I would like to use a head tracker, but those things are harder than anything to come by these days. I'm flying on the DJI system, so it doesn't have to build a head tracker, and I have to get the head tracker module, which Hobby King's been out of stock since forever. Unless somebody here has one for sale, do let me know. The FrSky X-Lite also has a gyro in it, where you can use the gyro and the controller to move your camera around. Actually, you want to make your things difficult on yourself, program the roll and pitch to the gyro on the remote. That makes for a real fun flying experience. I was bored. I tried that out on the simulator once. Yeah, the cooling towers are real fun too. You can actually fly down and into it and come out the bottom. So Captain Crunch, what did the weights come out to?
200 grams with either of these two batteries, the 700, 206. That's a 60C. Like I said, this is a long range. This will be your performance battery.
So that's the 704S LiPo.
Yeah. And so the 850 would be perfect for this. I think most people will fly with 850s.
So what's the empty weight of the?
126.
126.
But that doesn't count a Instago. So if I want to stick the Instago camera on there, so now I got Instago, and I'm at 226 with the Instago. So those are good weights.
So if you want to do the SMO 4K, which weighs what, 32 grams?
Yeah.
So you had 158. That leaves you about 90 grams for a battery. That's an 850 for us.
That's an 850. Yeah, that's a great weight. There's a lot of upside to, obviously I have to put the props on, but that's only going to add a few more grams. Let's see, that was 26. About 6 grams with the props.
We're missing a few things that you still need to put on the battery strap. You need to put on the battery pad.
Weight in my quad. I can go without battery strap. Oh, I haven't even put the rubber crap on. I can't put that on now. I can't put the. Oh, geez. Okay.
You can definitely fly it on that 1,000 milliamp, that 60C.
Yeah. this
Joe
I-
Blaylock. No, that's the it's Curry Kitten. Look him up. He's got a channel on YouTube, Curry Kitten. He's got the Curry Kitten Simulator.
Curry Kitten. That's a good little simulator. It's got all the right things to practice. It's got trees to weave around. It's got a mountain you can dive. It's got coastline. It's got good basic objects. You don't need like Bardwell's freaking backyard. I mean, I haven't been able to hardly fly Bardwell's backyard.
If you follow his GitHub link, you can actually download it for free right now because it's all in beta.
Oh yeah.
But he's very responsive. If you got issues with something, and just leave a message to him. He will get back with you. He's very good about answering messages. Can you link your Mini 2 controller to a PC? No, I don't think you can.
No. The only thing about that is it's got a spring in it.
Yeah. Well, we're just looking for an inexpensive controller.
Just go get a.
There's lots of used ones online right now.
Yeah. What would you suggest? What so you could actually use it for quads too? Would that be a jumper like a T16?
Well, the jumper T-Light that just came out is like $65. That has a 4-in-1 module in it.
Yeah.
It has a add-on on the back where you can run other nano modules on it. You really want to go dirt cheap, go to the Beta FPV controller. Just make sure you get the FrSky and not the Beyond or whatever the other protocol is called.
Yeah, the key is to make
That's
sure
like
it's
$40.
multifunctional, so you don't have to keep recreating the wheel. If you're going to go analog, keep to one platform.
Well, even digital, you can fly an FrSky receiver on a digital system.
Right. Yeah, the digital is just running your video.
No, you don't have to buy the DJI controller if you don't want to. And there's plenty of people that don't like that thing.
Yeah, it's kind of it's not cool.
Now you want to go some more future proofed? Look at Jumper T-Light. The Radio Master TX12, or even the TX16S like Ben T has. Those are all of those are good choices. And actually, if you go like on Facebook, the FPV marketplace, there's people selling controllers all the time. And Ivan is in the house.
Ivan.
You must have had a nap.
Ivan, who lives at the top of the apartment. Like I said, he's got to move up one more step. He just got to get one more job change, so he could be at the very top. That would be the perfect thing. Then he can wear the captain's hat. He's in the second class section right now for Sofia, Bulgaria.
Yeah, and as Caroline points out, the Curry Kitten Sim is also available through Steam. It'll cost you about $3, which is still dirt cheap. I mean, all the simulators start $20 and up. So
Ivan asked if he missed a lot. Yes, he did. Ivan, missed.
You missed
You missed Joe Biden. Joe Biden getting off the Air Force One.
No, you Captain Crunch.
Captain Obvious.
And well, hello there, Covaction. Oh, what
I
was
look
it?
like I'm in the poet's eye.
Co-vacation. Co-vacation dronography.
I'm a German secret policeman.
Yeah, you're so secret you don't know what you're doing.
Where is your drone? Where is the drone?
I know nothing.
I know nothing. I see nothing.
That's it. You got a better German accent than me.
Steve. Oh boy, I better shut the gate. Steve's he's been jumping and running around, but he's hurt. And dogs are crazy, man. They literally don't care, and then they limp eventually. Yeah. But yeah, we went through a lot of subjects today. We talked about the federalizing 200 feet and below. What we think about federalization of that. Does anybody have any opinions on that? Meaning, cut the federal government out and let the state take care of it. So much more efficient, right?
Yeah, and every state gonna have to own. Yeah, I'm not. I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole.
You get into Nevada and you can fly with pennies on your freaking quad, and then if you come into Utah, you're going to have to dump all your alcohol out. Then if you get into Colorado, you're going to be able to smoke weed while you're flying. It's going to be real interesting. Below 200 feet. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, and then the air map can help the states charge you for flying. Yeah. That didn't work out so well for air map now, did it? I think all the quad guys unloaded air map off their phones after that announcement.
Carolyn Tyler, I have a T8SG transmitter. It runs deviation.
Yeah, instead of OpenTX, she runs deviation. Jumper T8.
Ben says, yeah, air map can help the state charge you for flying.
Yeah.
Guys, I try to follow a rule and then they change the freaking rule. Literally in the middle of the game, that they change the rule, they change the rules. And then, anybody that's studying to know the rules, what the heck rules am I studying for?
That's why you need to have the recurrent test every 2 years so you can keep up with all the changes.
Yes, instead the recurrent test will be like this. This is the recurrent test for Massachusetts. This is the recurring test for Nebraska. This is the recurrent test for Washington. Hey guys, do not fly your drone.
And there's not a recurrent test for California because it's prohibited for having fun in California.
2 important rules today. No box knives on the airplane, and don't fly your quad next to the Super Bowl. I've already heard that like 100 times on every news channel. We've got drone countermeasures basically being, they got the military little beam shooter that blasts your freaking control link.
Well, unfortunately, the reality is they will have to use it at some point this weekend.
Oh, they'll knock it down
next weekend.
I remember a couple of years ago, the Super Bowl was it was the NFC Championship in Philadelphia. And I'm not going to finish that statement, but there was a drone that got pretty close to the stadium where you could literally see it lit up. And yes, I can imagine that would be on the list of things to not.
Yeah, and we better not be flying over the Red River.
The Red, oh my, or over the top of a prison, like in Ohio. Bob Casey says, makes no sense why so many rules over something that hasn't caused one single fatality.
Yeah, it's not about fatalities; it's about dollars.
It's about control, yeah. Power and control.
It's about dollars. Somebody wants to cash in on all this frenzy.
Oh yeah.
You know,
The
Google,
airwaves are
Amazon,
working.
and all them. And I don't know if you guys keep an eye on what the FAA's been releasing on YouTube, but apparently our UTM, your UAS traffic management system, has been renamed to the UPP, which is
Oh
the
yeah, the
UTM pilot
UPP.
program.
Ah yes. This is interesting, guys. Explain the UPP.
So the UPP is not UP somewhere in the corner. It's more like
You know P.
there's no peeing involved with that, and more. Well, never mind. We're on a family stream. Anyhow, no. There's a series of videos being released from the FAA now on the UPP where some university types, the University of West Virginia, and I forget which the other one was, are running through make believe scenarios where you have 3 drones flying within a mile of each other, and one of them going rogue. So how can the others react to it? And they're running through all these case scenarios, and it always boils down to the fact that there is a necessity for network-based remote IDs, so everybody can talk to each other and figure out what everybody else is doing. And I think they're just shooting way over the mark on this.
Yeah, it's a university, and it's run by PhDs, and everybody know what PhD stands for. Okay, piled higher and deeper. So any solution you're going to have is going to be way more complex than it needs to be. Like, all right, guys, if you're flying in an area, announce that you're there, get authorization, stay in the area where you're at. Obviously, if there's another drone pilot somewhere, you're going to freaking hear them. Or
yeah, no, they're not. They haven't heard about the KISS approach to engineering yet.
Oh yeah.
Does everybody know what KISS stands for? It's keep it simple, stupid.
PhD and KISS. Ah, yes. But yeah, there's a lot of real smart folks out there, and there's nothing wrong with new ideas. That's not what we're saying, but to overly complicate something just
Well,
because
that's like the German way of doing things. We can complicate the shit out of anything.
we have ways of making you fly. Yes.
Oh no, they have ways not to make you fly now.
We have ways of keeping you in your home. Oh yes, I just and it just seems like we're flying less. There's fewer people in the hobby, and the people that are still in the hobby are flying literally right over the ground.
Yeah, well,
Getting
there's the kicker. Caroline's got it dead on.
Yeah, good.
What about paramotors? Exactly.
We got those guys all over the place here. I see a
You got
paramotor. I've seen more
paramotors,
paramotors than I have drones.
ultralights. No certification needed. I think for the ultralights, they believe in what was that? The Darwin principle. You do something stupid, you're gonna get your ass killed, and takes you out of the gene pool.
Ivan, I fly up to 500 meters all the time. That's what happens in Eastern Europe.
You're in Bulgaria. Apparently, that you don't have any regulations over there. They would have done keelhauled you for half your videos over here.
Keep out of Russian airspace with your 500-meter drones. It'll give them a reason to shoot it.
I think I need to get me one of those paramotor things. Do they have one big enough for a size fat ass like me?
A paramotor, they call those cranes. Oh.
No, that I actually could see being fun. And at least when the motor goes out, you still have the parachute above you to take you back down. Now, of course, they'll have problems with them in prisons because nobody wants to wreck in the prison with those. They won't get back out.
Yeah, how are you going to launch that thing? You have to climb on the top of a building. You don't know if you'd have enough room. You probably get caught on some razor wire.
Well, yeah, no, the wings on the ultralights collapse, but not the wing. I mean, paramotors don't have any wings.
Rocket suit with a squirrel suit with rockets.
Are you freaking crazy?
Sometimes the wings collapse. Yeah, they do.
It's just like those numbnuts that jump out of perfectly good airplanes. You know, the thing is going to land. The pilot's going to want to get out. No, get back on the ground too.
Oh man.
Well, okay, paramotor wings can collapse. Well, if there's a paramotor wing that can actually take me up, I don't think it'll collapse.
Let's see here. Trying to get this. It's nice still. Let's see what the weather's like here. 61, still 61 degrees. So it's
we're at like 54 or something.
The low is 32. It was cold. I fly kilometers away FPV on my planes using 1.3 gigahertz video.
But what controlling do you use? I know that the 1.3 kind of interferes with Crossfire. So, Caroline, do enlighten me, please. I heard about 1.3 gigahertz video.
.3. I've never. Let me see.
Yeah, no, Maytech makes video transmitters. It's all analog. So did anybody see Captain Drone's forecast for 2021?
I did not watch that one yet. I had it sitting up on my phone. I was going to watch it, and then I got busy, so I couldn't. I had too many things going on today. What was the basis of his argument?
Well, he was just introducing, what was that thing called again? I forget. I'd have to look. But there's a new version 2 of a rather expensive GPS drone or camera drone coming out. And then, of course, he's talking about the DJI FPV thing coming out. and some of the specs on that. And he don't seem to think a Phantom 5 or Maverick 3 is going to be on the cards for this year.
Yeah, I think they're gonna. There's so many units out there for sale, and I don't want one. I don't want a Phantom 3 or excuse me, a Mavic 3. I don't. I've that Mavic Mini I got is such a good little usable flying platform. Why would I need something else? I mean, really, yeah, I can't think of any reasons. I mean, the only reasons I would think of is I'm flying in a lot of inclement weather, and and I'm going to be constantly pushing the envelope of out of line of sight. Other than or if I lived in Bulgaria. If I lived in Bulgaria, I would have a 55-pound drone with a car battery strapped to it.
Screw that. Put a damn Briggs and Stratton on it. Nothing like good old two-stroke.
That's funny.
No, 55 kilos. You put a darn generator under it to run it. Plug it in. Get one of those Honda Ultra Super or Whisper Quad or whatever generators, so it don't make all that much noise. Not like you're gonna hear it over the props anyway.
Just do like a gas electric. Just run a fan from the 120 outlet. We're
on quad 20-inch props. Hell, go with 2 foot.
Hey, Kai, I wonder what kind of motors you could turn with a 120 volt. I don't know how many amps it would push on a Honda generator.
Well, take the AC converter out of the picture on a generator and just crank out straight DC.
Just freaking rev it. You have to have it at a constant level.
I mean, it would be what you would call a true hybrid.
Oh, man. Somebody's going to do it. I'm just telling you. If we're thinking about it right now, but somebody's going to do it. They're going to.
Speaking of doing weird shit, so I don't know if you see Dustin Donald's solar conversion of the Parrot Disco.
Yeah, I've seen the. Now, is this a recent one or one that he's done?
No, it's a recent one. He recently put solar panels on that Parrot Disco wing.
Oh wow!
Well, I got a looking at it, and they make a kit for my big glider.
Wow!
I may have to put solar cells on that glider. I mean, obviously, after I learn to fly the best.
Are they glue down?
Yeah,
like a film.
Yeah, they glue straight on top of the.
Are they on the leading edges of the wing, or just flat?
Just completely cover the top of the wing.
Huh. That's crazy. Because you just need enough, just to give it a little extra power. You use, of course, a battery to get it going, and then when that battery runs out, the solar is going to just keep it going forever.
Well, the solar charges the batteries as he goes.
Right, but you'd need a takeoff speed. You need a takeoff battery. Yeah, let's put that video up, man. We can watch that. I haven't seen that. I'll have to check that one out.
Well, I'm gonna put this up here real quick. So,
hey, Kai, is that a mount for a freaking GPS?
Yep, that's a GPS mount.
Oh man, they think everything, don't they?
And that can go even on a battery strap.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, it's got the little strap on there. That's cool. That is neat. Neato. Neato mosquito.
All
You
right.
just, like I said, you just get the frame. Steve. Oh, it's
Here
Steve's
we
hungry.
go.
Oh. Steve, you want to eat?
This is the ultra long range 80-watt solar kit for Phoenix 2400.
Oh, cool. That is neat. Look at how big that is. Well, you got 8-foot wingspan, so that's a lot of solar power.
I might have to order the Ranger body, because see how it has the prop in the back?
Right.
That's actually the Ranger. There's a Ranger 2400 and a Phoenix 2400. The difference is the Ranger has the prop in the back and the Phoenix has the prop in the front.
Yeah,
and you can actually buy the Ranger body here in the States from Hobby King. So, but here's the arrangement of the solar panels on the wings.
It's kind of like it looks kind of like the scales of a gator. Gator scales. This is the most.
I would be. Oh no, only can crash once because the repairs after it always take the freaking long. And just wait for our next fly day. You know, I'll
somebody was asking. I must have missed it, but did you guys talk about the Flappy Bird?
The Floppy Bird, the Flippy Flop.
Yeah, the Flappy Copter. I think somewhere. Who was talking? I think Eatmore's Possum asked that. Somebody was asking about the Flappy. The
Go-Go Bird.
Go-Go Bird. Is that what it's called?
They call it the Go-Go Bird.
Go, Inspector Gadget. Go. Just charged up my Mavic Mini. It's 2:22 a.m. Going to fly now after the live. Why not?
Here we go. There it is.
Oh, yeah, there we go. And it's remote. Yeah, it's got a remote.
It's got a remote.
Yeah, get us out of the picture. Put it up full screen.
I got it full screen.
Oh, you do. Oh, what the heck am I? Oh, I'm looking at the feed, the StreamYard feed. Yeah, that's like a kite almost. It reminds me of a kite. See, I can see stuff like that happening. Different types of flight, adding to the remote control experience.
No, that thing is a hoot. Easy to fly too. Very easy to fly. You know, even Sunrise Water Media could fly it. I mean, that tells you how easy it is to fly.
It's so easy. Even Sunrise Water Media can fly it. Even Dead Random can fly it. You see a little bit of the sun behind me. It's starting to go down.
Yeah, bird's the word.
Sun is getting low in the sky. I got to get the other this is the TPU unit for. You can see how it's got the little hooks. I've got to put the other one up. I might keep. You know what? I think I'm gonna keep the Instago. Why not? Freaking A! It takes good video. It's just a pain in the butt to move it. And you just can't record much. You just got to you got to hook it to your phone like every flight, download the footage, and then, so you have to carry all the footage on your phone, which is kind of a pain in the butt. It fills your phone full of files, but
yeah,
I really like this type, because you slide it in this way and it doesn't, it locks it in, but it doesn't push the button and activate the camera. So it's, but this has a proper mount, but the mount is pretty big. I mean, that adds a significant amount of weight on there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put on the props and get all that sorted out and get us a weight.
Yeah, the right actual weight, right? Flying weight. But it is stout. It is definitely stout. And it's because this is one, okay, the weight of, oh crap, the weight of this ready to go. This is ready to fly. Just to give you a comparison weight. I think it, so this thing right out of the box, ready to fly with all the straps and gear and gizmos on it, is 172 grams. That's 172 grams, the way it's set up right now with the GPS. And so I've got to keep it below 172. I should, because I had to add these struts, which was weight. And then I added the mount, which is weight. And once you put the battery on there, you're pushing 250 for sure. And of course, the battery technology is just getting better and better and better. It's getting sweeter and sweeter. They're getting more and more efficient. There's lots of
HGLRC has now a 300 milliamp 6S battery on the market that weighs like 53 grams.
Wow, that's impressive. That's kind of stuff that changes the hobby. For the better, because you take something like this that was fun already and you strap a big fat 850 on it. Now you can strap, 3 times the battery and you still have the same weight. And you just get to rip it longer. Rip it good.
Rip for her pleasure. Whoops, did I say that out loud?
All I got to tell you guys is the camera of the original air unit is still the best camera. There's no question about it. This is still the best out there. Nebula Pro, really, really super good. When it's working, when I don't crash and smash the front of it.
It was great until you smashed it.
Yeah. Okay, so the story really quick of this is this lens is made both for the DJI. It's the exact same lens that's in the air unit camera. So what the Nebula Pro did is this camera here has an infrared filter in it. This one has the infrared filter built into the lens. So you can't use the DJI lens because it has no infrared filter. But what somebody told me was, this was Ivan, I can't remember. He was on my stream, not my stream. He was on my
about white balance.
The white balance, yeah. So he said just adjust the white balance. That you can get it close by just adjusting the red out with the white balance. Which is logical. I still ordered I've got the right camera.
Where do you adjust the white balance?
I don't know. And the goggles, I don't know. You can't, can you? Is there a white balance control? Is there a manual camera control in your goggles?
Can you hook it up to the DJI?
Oh. Yeah. But there's no you get no control into the
no, on the Mavic Air you could do all sorts of camera adjustments in the DJI app on the computer.
Long story short, just order the right lens. $8. Well, from China, $14. But I can still fly. I got high definition flying. It's just a little red. The blue looks pretty. I mean, the sky still looks blue, but everything on the ground has a reddish yellow tint. So we'll get the new one on there. It's really easy to adjust. And Kai showed me this. So you got your long range and you want to protect it. You can actually tuck it back by just moving it one screw back. So, and you can see that it puts the camera out of
harm's way.
Out of arm's length. So, and I did see a teeny bit of prop, but I saw it in here. And it was like, I think it was a reflection. This camera here has got such a wide angle field of view that it picks up the reflection of the red props every once in a while. But in a way, it's kind of cool. So really cool, really fun little quad. This is another one this is the V2, Flywoo long range V2. This thing is worth its weight in gold too. You get so much more enjoyment out of this, and then of course, how many Mavic Minis, Mavic Airs, you get all these other, how many of those can you basically fly? You get basically one flying experience for every quad, right? In FPV, you can have a different flying experience in 5 different quads you put these 3 quads together in cost, and you get 3 different flight experiences. And you can't do that with a GPS unit. You just can't. You can't mix and match experience.
All right, guys, and that's how you justify the cost of your quads to your significant other or your parents. However.
Okay, all these quads, the goggles and the controller, you're basically buying a Mavic 2. So, but 3 different flying experiences, and you get way cool video. Now, if you want to just take still shots, you get yourself a Mavic Mini. Hover it wherever you want, and get your shot. It says half midnight here.
Carolina's going to bed.
Yeah, we'll see it. Yes,
Sleep
half
well.
What's half midnight? Is that 12:30?
12:30.
Yeah, okay. I would call it midnight half. So, yeah, I've heard that. I've heard the half midnight. I couldn't remember which way it went. But hey, good night. Thanks for popping in.
Thank you.
Hey, Possum, been really impressed with your crocodile flights. I'm jealous. We're really jealous with the SMO camera. I can't do it yet. I can't pull the trigger on that yet. I had to do this first. I'm always fighting. Should I get this or should I get the camera? And I get way more fun out of this. And I already got a camera. I can always stick the mini but it's not 4K obviously, and I can't do the cool edits that you do. And so I'm still waiting to pull the trigger on that. I probably got to sell something again, but I've got a kind of a sour taste in my mouth of selling anything. So fighting battles with people on freaking eBay that want to screw you over. I don't know how many of those battles I can fight. I'm almost like to the point in my life, I'm just going to keep everything. Just save up for a while and keep it instead of sell it. But I think Kai, I think you got the solution is to sell to somebody local, see if they want it. Obviously they'll tell you, and if they don't, it's a trip down the road as opposed to, mailing something somewhere and getting it back and hoping it comes in one piece. And that's.
Well, people, when you hand it over in person, you can work out whatever differences you have right then and there.
Right. You can. Yep. You don't get in a battle of wills.
Ivan actually don't fly within 4 kilometers of the airport. How about that?
Who doesn't fly within 4 kilometers of the airport? Holy crap, Captain Random, he's going to get as freaking close to the airport as he can now, just because he says he could do it.
You mean Captain Crunch?
Well, Captain Crunch. I think Kai.
I'll fix your name tag for you.
I think it would be more appropriate for Kai to be Captain Crunch than me. Captain Water Tower. Captain Hayenvasa. Oh, Captain Grande in Vasa. I may throw some Spanish in there.
Ew. Oh, Steve sounds a little PO'd there.
Yeah, Steve's running like a deer again. Oh man, I gotta get him stopping. He's gonna be limping tonight so bad. Tomorrow I gotta do more. Now I haven't done a live stream in the new indoor no fly zone. I did. I moved my studio from one room to another and got it all nice, and so it's ready to roll. Next week will be its maiden voyage, so you'll get to see Captain Random, Captain Crunch.
Actually, just to be honest here, I mean, who are you trying to bullshit? You did move voluntarily. You got booted out the man cave.
I got kicked out. Yeah, I had to move.
No more.
I'm still not done. I got a ton of crap. I've got all these quad boxes and stuff. I gotta move that whole pile yet, and I haven't done it.
You gotta wait for her not to be home so you can move them all, so she don't catch on to all the crap that you bought.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, Ivan is Ivan the only one smart one on the stream? Ivan says that's not smart flying too near an airport. Says the guy that flies at 500 meters. Yee! Got my blue wrench back. Did we accidentally take your blue wrench? The Birmingham airport has a flight restriction zone stretching 6 miles, and planes quite often are not much above 400 feet or 120 meters above my house. Oh, you think it's only 400 feet, but when a freaking jet flies over your house, and you can feel it, literally, yeah, you understand that's a massive plane. 400 feet looks like.
My daughter lives closer to San Antonio Airport, and all the windows and doors in her place are that extra thick glass and extra thick doors, so you don't hear all the flight noise.
Oh, nice. That's pretty impressive.
That's not the worst thing to have in Texas. I mean, air conditioning bill goes through the roof here quite easily, and you have all these extra insulated windows. That's not a bad thing.
No, that's great. They are coming into land. You've seen movies where people are laying on their backs and the plane's flying over, and it looks like the plane is like right above them. I mean, that plane is damn near 1,000 feet still above them.
Oh no, there are some videos of some airport. They're damn near touching down on the beach.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's like
I mean, that airplane barely clears that 6-foot fence around the airport before it touches
like in Central America. I think that's like Belize or something like that. One of those places. Like I said, the runway goes literally into the ocean. If you don't pull up, you're literally going to ditch right into the drink.
Well, there was an airport in the middle of Berlin, Tempelhof Airport, the old Tempelhof Airport.
Which one? The Berlin one?
Tempelhof, the old airport in Berlin.
Yeah. How do you say that?
Tempelhof?
Tempelhof. All right. See, I'm from Minnesota.
It was an Air Force base. Yeah, it was an Air Force base, and once a year the Air Force would do like open house at the airport at Tempelhof.
Uh-huh.
And they would bring in like the C-5s and all the big planes like that.
Oh, neat, yeah.
And they had to be real careful with bringing those in because there was barely enough runway for those things. My understanding was for them to take off, they had to put blocks on the wheels and wrap up the engines and yank the blocks out. So it would build up speed fast enough.
Right. That, they would gun the engine and instead of messing the brakes up. Yep. Pull the wheel chocks and that's how early aircraft carriers function. They literally use the forward speed of the aircraft carrier and the wind speed and the engine gunning just all together. And on days that weren't windy, you literally couldn't drop as many bombs or carry as many as much ammo because of weight or carry as much fuel. There's a real science to that crap. It's pretty interesting. The the 30 Seconds Over Tokyo is very interesting at how they equip those airplanes and how much weight they, pulled from them. They literally took fuel tanks out. I think they pulled the interior fuel tanks out, and they only had wing tanks. And then they ripped all the windows. They took the glass out. They threw away all the armaments. They were taking everything that you could literally pull off the wall of the fuselage to save weight, so you could add fuel. And then, of course, they only carried, I think, 2 or 3 500-pound bombs. I think they carried like 1,500 pounds, and that was it. So I did fly 1 kilometer in the direction of the airport a few days ago. I used the zoom and saw many airplanes parked on the ground.
Actually,
That's a good zoom.
Sunrise nailed it. St. Martin. That's
St. Martin. There you go. Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah, you got it. Yep, there he is. That's St. Martin's. That's awesome. Look at that. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Now, guys, that's like 25 to 50 feet. Holy crap. Look at that. That's a 747. Probably an 800 or something. With full flaps down. That's amazing. That is crazy. That's a Navy pilot. They hire Navy pilots to fly into St. Martin's. Air Force pilots can't do that. They take 3 miles of runway, 5 miles of runway to land. Freaking Navy pilot, they just come in and freaking put the nose in and just. That's what I was told by the Air Force guys. That's the big thing, and I think the Navy guys say that they're not real pilots because they couldn't land anywhere, but that's just not true. Those guys, my buddy Mike, who's retired now, but he flew C-141s and C-17s, and they practice short takeoff and landing on 5,000 feet or something like that. It's crazy what they can take off in with that massive airplane. And you think a mile is short or a long ways? Not when you're freaking sitting behind the freaking wheel of a ginormous, I don't even know what those things weigh, 25,000-pound airplane or whatever they weigh.
More like 25 tons.
25,000 tons. Yeah, 25 ton. Yeah. Piece of aluminum and titanium and plastic. But yeah, St. Martin's. That's right. That's I knew it was I knew it was down there. So it's in the Caribbean. That's a Caribbean island. Yeah. I was at St. Martin's. All I remember is there was full of French people. It was very, very expensive, and they weren't very nice.
French people not nice. Now, there's a shocker.
Come on. French people, they're nice.
What is the French word for customer service?
We're going to never get any French people on our channel.
Oh, we'll make sure of that.
No internet. Dang it. I'm trying to get the freaking internet on this other computer to work. And I don't know why it's not working. I had it. It doesn't want to.
I don't know why you still keep messing around with the other computer.
Well, I'm hoping that it'll just magically start working. It's kind of what I'm doing.
Let me tell you how you fix that. Okay, go in your garage, get the biggest hammer you can find. Okay, and then you go take that laptop and you put it on that shiny counter in front of you, and you take your hammer and you give it a swift beat, just one good whack.
Ivan said,
you take that laptop and you throw it away, and then you go to Best Buy and buy yourself a new one.
He's picking on me and my old laptops. Ivan said, laugh out loud. Really? French people have no such word for customer service.
Well, Sunrise, did it work?
Gave me the same advice about my cell phone. Oh, that's funny.
mean,
Oh,
with a big hammer, you can fix anything.
oh man,
Just give it a good whack.
this freaking thing. It
So,
doesn't
is there
give me,
anything we haven't covered yet?
um.
Because we're getting close to that time.
Oh yeah, I've got my clocks don't work on these, so I have no idea. Oh, here we go. Oh, holy crap! It's 5:45. Steve's been bugging me, guys. So
Yeah,
he's
you
been
won't
very
forget
good, very
that.
patient.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm usually the one that's kind of giving the prompts, but I don't know. I think one of the things that we want to think about before we take off out of here is where do you want to take the hobby? Are you going the direction you want? We're trying to get Ivan to get out of his comfort zone, get out of the Mavic Mini world, and move towards stunt flying over his apartment through freaking I want to see him fly through the garden below and through right next to a stop sign, through a busy intersection, back up into his apartment, and then land in his kitchen.
Don't give them any ideas.
I used to fix things the Russian way. Just smack it. That's how they fix Bulgaria.
Actually, right now, I have to think back to that movie. What was that? Was Bruce Willis?
Like Die Hard or Death. Yeah, Die Hard. There's a lot of them.
The start Armageddon.
Armageddon. Oh yeah.
And they're up in that Russian space station, and they can't get some to work.
Uh-huh.
And the Russian cosmonaut grabs the biggest freaking wrench he can find, and just beats the shit out of the terminal, and it comes back to life.
It is now fixed.
And what does he say? Something like "Made in America, made in Russia." Shit, all this shit's coming out of Taiwan anyway.
That's the truth. That is the truth for sure.
Fifth Element was a good movie.
Yes, it was. I like Bruce Willis flicks. So, The Fifth Element, yeah, he's gotten a little bit older and chunkier. I even like the ones where they got all the old action heroes together, and just everybody just started shooting everything. Arnold Schwarzenegger had the biggest gun, and somebody has somebody had was a martial arts champion. Those were fun. Expendables, right? The Expendables. There was a couple of those Expendable films. Those were a lot of fun. Bruce Willis was in there.
Yeah, you had a lot of throwbacks in those movies.
It was all throwback. And what's amazing is somebody like
the Governor.
Von Damme, and you got the guy from all the Steven Seagal.
No,
you got all those guys.
Seagal wasn't in those.
Oh, he wasn't. Yeah, I don't think they like him. I think Steven Seagal isn't invited to those shows because he's kind of not nice to hang out with. I was told that by a couple of different people that actually have been around him, and they said that he's kind of a dick. Okay, so.
Well,
he's very serious
and he's in the reserve police in New Orleans or something. He's a police officer in New Orleans these days.
Seagal.
Yeah.
I think Chuck Norris. He was in it, wasn't he? Was Chuck Norris in there? Chuck Norris. He should have been in there, or he should be the policeman. He should be a Texas Ranger. I like Russian technology.
He played a Texas Ranger for a long time.
That was a good show. That was good stuff. All right. I like Russia. This will be the last statement of the day. I like Russian technology because it's all manual. No buttons, no batteries, just levers, manual levers. It never fails. Ah, yes. The good old AK-47. Ah, yes. Just beat it, throw it in the water, throw it in the mud. Manufacture it by stamping parts. I like to watch. Is it Hickok 45? Yeah, if you like guns, watch him. He's fun. Hickok 45, probably one of the best gun channels there's out there. He shot everything. It's a lot of it. All right, Kai. I'm going to have to shut down the no-fly zone because it's getting to be the getting cold zone. Let's see what we're at now. We're down to 50. It says 59. There's no way. It's colder than that. Yeah, 7 o'clock. It's only 54, 57.
It just feels colder. It's the advanced age thing.
57. It's 57 degrees at 6 o'clock. So I got to beat 6 o'clock. Walker, Texas Ranger. Cheesy good. Yeah. Sweet. Hey, Ivan, Ben, let's go back. Sunrise. Who else do we got to thank for being around today? The whole group. Woody. Go back through there. I'm keeping going
Caroline
back.
already
Caroline,
went.
yeah. And Eat More Possum always in the house. So you guys are always here. You guys are always so cool. And we have great conversations. And you guys like stimulate the conversation. You guys got to know that your comments make a huge deal of difference as to how our conversation goes and how much better it can get. If it's just me and Kai sitting here, we jabber back and forth all the time. But when we get a chance to talk with you guys, it really does change things. It makes it way better. So bring questions. We've kind of neglected our video of the week thing, but there are tons of videos out there. I'm gonna definitely. I've got a video of the week like playlist that I'm working on, and I'm gonna start basically adding those videos in there because, like I said,
But when you do get the video of the week, make sure you put down your music source because
just
we get hit.
Yeah, Kai's got to learn to shut the sound off. I always turn the sound off before I play those things. Yeah, you get nailed with the freaking copyright. I don't mind it, but it's something that we have to get used to not.
And if anybody here in Texas wants to get on the email list for our fly day out there in Canyon Lake, do email me. It's LoneStarUAV@gmail.com. And I'm compiling a list of everybody that is interested. Because it started out just was a couple of people, but we're growing.
I'm jealous of those guys when they get together because it's a good group. It's fun people. I would if I lived anywhere near, I would definitely be there every Saturday, or the ones that my wife would let me go to. Or Sunday. You guys go Saturday. Yeah, I'd make as many as I could. There you go. Let's be realistic here.
And yeah, well, don't forget to stop off at Ready Set Drone next. He's going to give away the Flippy Floppy birdies, the Go-Go birds to work.
Cool. Oh yeah, we got Ready Set Drone coming up. So
let's not step on his toes.
Right. I didn't have any bruise today because I was flying, guys. Okay. Anytime I got the freaking aviators in the hat, I gotta fly freaking clean and alcohol free. Otherwise, it's gonna take me 8 whole hours to be able to get back in the cockpit. Is that a PR mode right there? Public relations. Yeah. But now that we're done flying, or in the no-fly zone, which makes no sense whatsoever, I can finally pull out.
Well, there's only one hiccup was that 8 hours bottled throttle. We drank cans.
Pacifico. This is the best picture right here. The captain with the captain's hat cracking the beer. What not to do?
Pacifico, that doesn't even qualify for beer.
It's skunk. It's It's bottled skunk water. All right.
Now, I don't drink anymore either. Don't
But,
drink any
thank, thank you, Kai. Thank you for inviting me into your into the Alamo stream. Kai is coming straight from the Alamo.
Yeah, something like that.
Davy Crockett's going to come ripping through the door. Where's Santa Ana? Where's Santa Ana?
Actually, I have had a friend out here in Seguin that her property had a historical marker on it where Santa Ana had a campground.
Oh, cool.
They found like 3 cannonballs there.
Oh, nice. That is cool.
Which means they found more there than what they ever found on Oak Island.
In all 9 years.
All right,
Oh,
yeah. It's been
Did they
fun.
find it? Did they find Santa Ana's tomb? His wood? Did they find his wooden leg?
No.
Now, Santa Ana didn't lose his arm until much later, did he? Yeah, he didn't lose it until the Battle of Puebla, I think. It was was that
Watch
that
out.
no,
We got
that was
history
before. That
teachers
was the French
started.
independence. Yeah. That was French independence. Or Mexico independence.
Yeah, that was
Wasn't
a different campaign altogether.
Yeah. Well, right. I
Yeah.
know. Yeah. But he was still president of Mexico at the time, or was he just a general? I can't remember. I'm like I've got my time mixed up because he lost his arm and then he actually had his arm buried, and they actually had to have a ceremony for that. So he was original Mexican badass. Oh.
But anyway, it is time for us to call it quits.
Yep.
Thank you all for showing up. If you don't mind, hit that like button on the way out.
Peace.
And we will see you next week on that Randoms channel again.
Yep. Live from my indoor studio.
From the new doghouse.
Yeah, that's what I should call it. This should be Steve's doghouse. That was actually somebody's suggestion for this. But my doghouse is actually upstairs because that's where I get banished. I never get banished to the outside.
All right, Captain Crunch, thank you for showing up.
Guys, fly safe, fly smart. There you go.
Yeah.
From
Be
Captain
safe
Crunch.
out there. There's some crazy people.
Yeah.
I'll see y'all later.